Hello, everybody! How is everyone doing today? I'm so excited to have yet another chance to build together with all you lovely people. Do give me a shout in the chat if you guys can hear me well and clear, because today is going to be an amazingly collaborative stream. We're going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to build for the longest time, a way for you to summarize or at least close off your day with a happy and positive notes, with a summary of everything that you've accomplished, everything that you've done well, everything that you could do better perhaps, and just messages to yourself from the past. What am I talking about here? Well, if you've ever played any games like Stardew Valley, for example, or just any of those mobile, action shooters, kind of go-getting adventure role-playing games, right? There's usually some element of a summary at the end of the day when you finish your game and you log out. It usually has something that shows you, well, these are the levels you've earned today. These are the resources you've gained, whether you farm them or you generate them and manufacture them, whatever, right? These are experience that you've earned, and perhaps these are the things that you did well. These are the quests that you accomplished. And why do games do this, right? Why do games keep giving you a very visual component of how you understand how you're progressing inside the game? Well, because it's supposed to help you stay engaged and stay motivated to continue to do more and more. Now, contrast that in real life, right? By the end of the day, maybe we're awake for 10, 12 hours already. We're not feeling very motivated about ourselves. Sometimes we don't even remember all the things that has been happening that day, especially not the things that happen really early on in the morning, just because there's so many things that have happened throughout the day. So, what I want to accomplish. And it's the same with gamification. Why do we even want to gamify our lives anyways? It's because we want to make work fun. We want to enjoy the work that we do. If we're spending 10, 12 hours every day working on whether personal growth or professional growth, or even maybe both of them combined together, we want to be enjoying that experience and ensuring that we are making ourselves better, but enjoying the experience of going there, right? Enjoying the process and not only seeking the returns. So what we had conceptualized today is a very, very interesting way to use Notion to summarize all of your different wins throughout your day. Again, things that come from your daily quests, which are the daily repeatable things that you do every single day to build better habits. Things that come from your success plan, which is the extreme and intentional how you're going to accomplish the things that you want in life, breaking down from the whys, the whats, and the hows. So that's goals, key results, and projects, and then finally tasks. And then also, how can you send messages from your past self to your future self so that you can give yourself the encouraging messages that you need to get through your day and know that you are personally leveling up more and more as you go on and forward. So how is this going to be collaborative? Well, everybody, I'd love to hear how you guys would like to be motivated throughout the day as we continue building this template out, as we continue building out this dashboard that essentially is almost like I'm just trying to think of a name right now, but it's almost like a quest complete log, right? It's almost like a way for you to end off your day very happy because you know what you've got done, you know what could be done better, and you know what you can do next. So with that in mind, let's get started and let's start planning today's stream. I'm going to switch over to my other presentation right here. And as you can see, as usual, we're going to talk about the why, what, and how so that everybody can follow along and really understand exactly what we're trying to achieve and why we're trying to achieve all these different things as we go on. So why do we want to build this, right? Well, the reason is that we want to build confidence in ourselves that we are accomplishing all that we set out to do on a given day, and not have to be dismissive about our progress. The reason behind that is oftentimes we're the ones that are the most critical on ourselves, right? When we go about our day and we are trying to, feel positive about the things that we've done and we're just executing one thing after another, sometimes we lose the confidence that we have actually gotten a lot of work done. And when we look back into our history, that's when we can start appreciating the hard work that we put into everything we're doing. And not just any hard work, intentional hard work, right? We want to be reassured that the work we are doing are building up towards a bigger purpose, right? And also, one thing that I personally really enjoy is the feeling of going to bed happy because I know what has happened throughout the day. Why I think reflections is so important is because it's almost like creating a save state for yourself. Again, I'm going to be using a lot of gaming terminology today because today's topic is about gamification. But basically, you can create save states for yourself when you meditate and when you reflect and when you write those reflections down. And this is so important because we have to think about it this way. When we write down our reflections, we're essentially putting down our knowledge down onto paper, or in this case, digital paper through Notion, and ensuring that we are mindfully noting down all the different experiences that we have through the day and also the learning that we've gotten out of each experience. Super important. And now what we're talking about is how can we bring that out for us to be able to see that in real time so that we don't have to always go back into different databases to find all this information that we've been so meticulously storing. So the why for this is we want to be happy about our accomplishments / progress, but also about the different things we ought to be grateful for during the day. So we're not talking about only being happy about achievements, right? Because not every day is going to be the most productive day that it can be, but we definitely want to ensure that there is some way for us to look back and see, these are all the things that I could have been doing, and these are the things I did do, and how can I be more motivated to accomplish them for the next day, right? So that's very important. Okay, so what are we going to build, right? We want to build something that helps us get rid of all these false narratives. So we want something very visual. We want a very visual way that, alerts us and informs us whenever we have a win. A very visual mechanism that alerts us and informs us whenever we have a win. A easy way to look back into our system and ensure that we know what and be able to orientate ourselves in our lives as best as possible. And then finally, I think another really interesting what would be a chance for us to look into the next day and plan it out. So it also even kind of behaves like your evening wrap up, and then a very clear way for you to plan out what's to come for tomorrow. And by the way, if you guys are excited about this build, if you guys have also wanted something similar to this, let me know in the chat, because we want to build something that is useful for you. We want to build something that we all enjoy, and we want to be, at the end of the day, just like Ash Ketchum, showing off our badges. These are all the things that we have gotten done, and this is a symbolic representation of our progress. Okay, so how are we going to build this? Well, the how is going to be very interesting, because there's going to be a lot of different components to this dashboard. But basically, I'm thinking that maybe instead of mechanism, we call this a dashboard, right? But maybe the different sections would be accomplishments, so our wins, and these can be things coming from our daily quests, as I mentioned, or our success plan. I was also thinking about messages in a bottle, where we can essentially send out messages from our past self to our future self, right? And be able to read that. Having different badges being shown. And this is definitely something that is already included in the template that we have, right? Having the badges, but how can we create a consolidated dashboard that shows us all the badges that we want, and definitely all the badges that we've acquired so far? Okay, and for everybody who's watching this, even if you're not exactly interested in this specific thing that we're building, what I'll be teaching you today will be all about how you can build dashboards of your own using the pre-made systems and templates we have already, to make it easier for you to build faster and build things that are more intentional in nature. But rest assured, I'll be working through and talking through exactly how you can build any dashboard you like, and you can use this as a clear example of how to build a specific dashboard, in this case a dashboard that summarizes your daily progress and daily wins. All right, with that in mind, let's get started and let's start building. So how I would start building a dashboard is to go to my L control, right? And everybody has an L control, or even if you have just a gamification project, it will look very, very similar, because we are using the same kind of look and feel for each page. And we can go to our backend and views, right? Everyone can follow me there. And we're going to create a new entry inside gamification dashboard, okay? We're gonna make a new entry, and let's call this our daily. You guys have to help me think of a very cool name for this. I'm not sure. Daily log, daily quest log, something like that. Daily wins log, right? Or captain's log. I was trying to think of that. Maybe captain's log. Captain's log. For now, this will be the fun name we're going to use. In the future, we might improve this, who knows. I'm going to open this as page as usual, because it makes it easier for us to work. And I'm going to now click on this called new dashboard. And basically what this does is just generates a few prompts that help me make it more useful, especially as we're going to be able to share this with you guys in the next update. I'm also going to add an icon. I'm going to add an icon for this. Let me just quickly see if there's anything interesting that I can use. Captain's log might be something like this perhaps. Okay, so for the captain's log, again, we already mentioned that we have 3 different sections. So we're going to have our wins, we're going to have messages in a bottle, and the last one, I believe, let me double check, is badges. So badges, let's look at that. Badges. So again, you can see that I'm being very intentional about separating out each section so that we are able to go through each one by one and ensure that all the things that we want to include are included. So right now, let's talk about like what are different ways that we have wins. Like how do we capture different wins inside our system? Well, we have our daily quest, which gives us a progress bar for each section of the day. We have things like our success plan that give us, you know, completed projects, completed items, and also things that we want to work on today. So these are based on the due dates. And for now, let's start from there. And awesome, I see that we have a few people that like Captain's Log. That's great. Thanks for the feedback. And as we go through this, as I mentioned, like if you have other wins that you're capturing throughout the system, like, you know, even skills tracker, right? Skills that you've recently perfected in the last while, maybe even gratitude journals, right? Maybe that will be in the messages in the bottom, your gratitude journals today, right? Your recent gratitude, recent gratitude. I would definitely put stuff like, you know, what you're reading recently, right? So recent readings and completed resonance items in your knowledge hub. So there's already a lot of ideas that we can start putting in here. And again, I'm just making a checklist so that I don't miss anything as we go through. And again, very easy and very important for you guys to do the same as well as you're building this similar templates out or similar dashboard out. For badges, obviously it's just the badges, right? We have the badges to show what's about to be earned, and maybe we might rename this from badges to like maybe, I don't want to use the word accolades, but like something like that, right? These are the ways that you've been able to see that you have earned something tangible, or I guess in this case it's still online, so maybe it's still intangible, but it's a way for you to see how you've been progressing, right? And you have something to take home with you. Very good, very good. When we just might have a section where we might have it hidden a toggle, hidden, which would be, you know, what can I do next? And it serves as a reflection opportunity for yourself. Okay, so let's make this really fun. Let's start working this out. So for our daily quest, let's go and see what views we currently have inside our daily quest. So I'm going into our daily quest here. Again, you can find this in the backend and views. I'm going to go to daily quest, and inside my daily quest, I'm going to see that there's different views that are available for us to copy and paste elsewhere. I can click on this settings toggle, right? This little gear icon to see how it currently looks. I might like it, I might not. And if I do like this one only has one option anyway. I'm going to highlight it by clicking the 6 dots, click out, and then Control or Command C to copy it to my clipboard. And then I'm going to go to my Captain's Log and I'm going to Control or Command V, again, depending if you're using Mac or Windows, and then be able to paste it right into here. And you'll be able to see that this actually ends up generating a very, very nice view that allows you to already get started, and you have to build from scratch, because building views from scratch, if you've ever used Notion, you know it's not that easy or that fun. Okay, so what we have here is something like, you know, our breakdowns of each routine. And now we're thinking maybe that's not what we want, right? Well, maybe what we actually want is a way to see all the different progresses that we've had for each day. So what I might suggest now, again, this is how you can start thinking, oh, where else have I seen a view, right? Well, maybe we've seen a view inside our review cycles. And where I'm talking about is if we go to our weekly review, and by the way, if you guys are catching up, I'm just basically going through different places inside our system that you can find a certain view that you want to use for your new dashboard. And in this case, I'm showing the weekly review. So I'm double checking the weekly review and just seeing how that looks. I believe we have a very interesting template inside the new week, and this is quite obscure. I'm going to move this out into our into the page that we just saw for daily quests for future ease of use. Don't worry about that. But basically, I'm going to copy this view, and then I'm going to go into my daily quests. I'm just gonna paste that view for everybody, so in the future you guys won't have to go and find it. But let me just give it now. So I'm making a template button. I'm going to call this daily quest breakdown per day, and then I'm going to paste this into here. Give it a second to load. And the interesting thing that we can do now, right, is we can now filter, and we can say the wake up time is today, right? So basically what happens is, if you have this, you can see all your progresses for today, and you can see a very nice and detailed breakdown of all the things that are important to you. So now I can copy this view as I shown you earlier. I can take these 6 dots, Control or Command C, and then go back to my captain's log and then paste that and just show you the difference between the two different views. Again, I think it's very important for us to have different options available. And I'm going to now show you also is you can use the full width. I usually like my dashboards to be full width because it makes it easier for me to see everything that I need to see. So when I click on full width, everything kind of snaps like that, which is awesome. And I'm going to delete this one here. And then now I'm able to see that we have these daily quests all planned out. Again, very cool stuff because we can see all our overall progress of how the day went. We might even want to put something down for our reflection categories in the bottom here. Maybe this is where you're going to do your reflections in the future. I'm not so sure, right? This could definitely be that for you. But essentially, it shows you a place where you can see how your day has been going, whether it be your overall progress, your morning progress, your midday progress, and etc. And for the sake of our demonstration, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you how that kind of looks. So I'm going to just expand these properties quickly. And I'm going to now go ahead and check off some things just randomly, perhaps. Let's say I woke up at 7 a.m. So let's put 7 a.m. here. And then let's keep putting stuff in. So let's say I meditated, let's say I exercised, I did, jumping jacks, right? Let's say I took my supplements. Let's say I did my today's 5, I wrote, and I can already see that my morning progress is 80%. Amazing. I might have done my emails and planning. I might have ate some lunch, ramen, let's say. I might have taken a picture and eaten some fruits. For dinner, I might have had some sushi. And again, I'm just putting in some random stuff. Let's say I did some reading, I did my finance tracking, and let's say I also did, let's say I did some gaming, right? Let's say I played some, Stardew Valley, since we're using that as an example here. Cool. So we can already see, and I'm just going to show you that we can already see that we have some information here that is very well meaning. We can see how our day has gone so far. Again, really important stuff because it's making it really easy for you to be able to see how you're progressing throughout your day and see where things are lacking. So for tomorrow, you can possibly do it even better. And I think this is where we can have something interesting here. So we can even have things like here where, save a message based on what you reflected on today, and then make that what you can do better tomorrow. By the way, Cass, I love it. Merits or tokens. I would say merits, perhaps. Merits is probably a good word. Perfect. And Nick, you're asking for doing a daily activity log for activities in multiple life areas. I'm still figuring out how to do this. I was thinking of doing a roll up and getting points. Ooh, we can, I definitely think we can work on that later on. 100% very interesting stuff. And I think that's something we can definitely collaborate on. Awesome. Okay, so let me just finish this up. I'm just going to finish up some of the bedtime progress stuff. So I'm going to put in the bedtime progress stuff. So let's say, drinking water. By the way, hydrate everybody. Remember to hydrate. But things like, drinking water, flossing, sleeping, all those kind of things. Okay, great. So what I want to show next is something actually quite interesting, because I might want to put a reflection thing here. So let's put this. So I'm going to put a reflect section here. And the reason why I want to do that is because I'm realizing right now that when I'm reading all this information, it might be really useful for me to be able to see various prompts and reflect on things that are meaningful at different moments here and beyond. So what I'm looking to do here perhaps is I'm going to duplicate this. So that's just Control D or Command D, or you can also even see there's a duplicate button here. Basically, I'm going to make a few versions of this daily quest that's going to give me only the reflection properties. So I'm going to hide this, I'm going to hide this, I'm going to probably hide it easier by just going through this. So I want my reflection routines. I don't want my bedtime routines. I might want my details, and I might want my hours sleep. Okay, I might take that out. Okay, so what I want to reflect on is things that I'm grateful for. I want to not make the same mistake twice. I also want to document my meaningful conversations. I definitely want to write what I felt good about. Okay. And then what can I do tomorrow, and what do I want to sleep on? Awesome. Okay. So these are a lot of different things that are now captured into here, right? And I'm going to see which ones are the most important for us to focus on here. And again, I want to keep everything on one page if possible. I don't want to have to scroll. I want to make it very easy for me to just go and check things off. So how can we do that, right? So let's look at this. What did I do that I feel good about? That's definitely the first thing that we want to ask ourselves every single day. And if you ever want a reminder of how I currently organize everything, you can kind of see it like this, where this is the flow for myself specifically. I'm going to hide the properties, but the flow for myself is, what are my 3 words? What I do that feel good about, mistakes, conversations, my outputs, things I'm grateful for, happiness, and so on. So what I could do here then is I'm realizing that there's one thing that I missed here, which is my my 3 words. So let's find that here. Let's see if my 3 words is here. My 3 words. There we go. And then we're going to put that up front. Okay, so our 3 words, what I do that I feel good about, what's my mistakes I've made, what's my gratefulness, and then what's my happiness. I don't make the same mistake twice, things I'm grateful for, meaningful conversations, happiness, outputs. By the way, I'm thinking of renaming output to intentionality instead of just output, because it's not about things that you're getting done, but it's about how many things have you been intentional about. So I'm going to put that intentional out of 5. Again, we just try to be intentional about 5 things every single day. I think that's very important. And then these 2 things for what do I want to sleep on and what can I do tomorrow, I think those things are definitely part of this. And just as a confirmation, I'm going to put in some different things into here and see what it fills up. So did a live stream, perhaps I'm just going to use myself as an example. maybe some mistakes I've made, maybe I didn't eat my meals on time, as an example. Some meaningful conversations. Again, I'm going to just pick something that we had. Maybe we talked about life with John Smith. And then here we're going to have things that I'm grateful for. Again, we can say lives are going smoothly, supportive community. I use that a lot. For intentional out of 5. So this one's very interesting, right? So how do we get that kind of information? Where are we going to get that information? Well, the idea that I'm having here is we can definitely pull out something from our success plan, right? And this is where we can start, again, going back into our different system and going into our backend and views and seeing the different success plans that we currently have in terms of the views that are built out, and then see what we can go and use and build out. So let's take a look at this, and let's see that I want to show something that I want to see an aggregate of our information. So I believe we have that over here. If we don't, then I'm going to double check it. I'm going to see if this works. Let's see, this is goals, right? This is not it. Okay, I think that we need to go to a dashboard called alignment, and I'm going to double check if I have something that gives you a bird's eye view that breaks down everything. We do, I believe. Perfect. So why I'm going here to pull it out, because we have something called recent wins here. And again, this is something that most likely I will pull back and put it into the database itself so that we can easily find this again in the future. But for now, I'm just going to paste it in here because we already have recent wins. Again, there's some level of finesse to know where things are, and we're trying our best to document all this stuff so you don't have to worry too much about it. But it does make it easy for you if you can find it immediately. So basically, I want to show a few things for here. So we've done our progress bar, right? Now we're working on success plan. So our items that we want to do today, the due dates, and etc. And by the way, I'm going to hide this because obviously we have already seen that it works. So I might even put this here so we can see when we woke up that day and number of hours of sleep. Let's put that into, let's leave that there. And maybe this was like, let's say 7. Okay, so basically what I'm talking about here is that we have the opportunity to go and see all the different success plan items that we've accomplished and things that we had said that we wanted to get done today as well. So how I'm going to show this is I'm going to show us our success plan. So let's talk about recent wins. Let's make this into a header, right? Recent wins. We can show our recent wins here. And then we can also show wins in progress, right? So let's show wins in progress. And we're going to show all the different tasks that we said we wanted to accomplish today. And that for sure we can get inside one of our pages, which is our daily planning page. And also, of course, then we can also find it inside our success plan. So let's double check if it's there. But basically we can see things like all quests or today's quest planning, right? You can see that perfectly right there. So I'm going to copy this view. Again, I'm going to click 6 dots, copy or Command C, and then go here and then paste out the wins in progress. And now we can see all the things that we are currently working on that we haven't finalized just yet. So that's something that we can definitely use to ensure that we are, being very intentional about the things that we want to accomplish. So I'm going to go and delete this, and I'm going to go and move this into here. We're going to now expand our active quest. So these are the things that we currently still have in progress. As you can see, just for this example, there's a lot of things that are still perhaps waiting for us to do. And again, that can be something that we can reflect on, right? Well, if we said that we wanted to do at least 5 things today to knock off 5 things off this list, how come we didn't do it, right? What was blocking us today, and what can we do to improve on that tomorrow? Again, just being very intentional about our reflection and being intentional about how we can progress day by day. So I think that's a bit checked off as well. We can also see our recent readings and completed resonance items. I think that's just a bit interesting. It serves as a reminder for us that, hey, we did do some meaningful reading today. These are the things that we've learned, perhaps, right? So let's try that out. I'm going to go to our knowledge hub here, and then I'm going to show here inside our content, track our content. There's only one view, so I know this is probably the one I want. I'm going to copy it over to our captain's log, and then I'm going to paste it into here. And then I'm going to now make this into a place where I can see all the different things that have in progress, and perhaps even the things that are just recently completed. So maybe here I'm going to say in progress plus recently completed. And I'm going to show you how to make this really cool filter. So I'm going to make this into a group. So where status is in progress, I'm going to make an or filter, or I'm going to say the status is finished, and I'm making this into a group as well. And when the date created on is within the past week, or maybe not created on, last edited is within the past week. So we can see all the different recently completed ones, so that we can be able to see all the different things that we've recently read as well as completed, which I think is a very, very cool thing. And not just books, right, but also articles and YouTube videos and all those things that we consistently learn from day by day. I think that's really important. So we can also have this in our knowledge hub, in our recent wins. So let's do that right here. Okay, before we move on to the next step, I want to show you guys something that I personally do that has been very, very helpful for me in staying motivated in doing all these different things. What I mean is, it's always good to theme your system in some way, where you have some kind of imagery that helps you visualize what you have to do and put yourself into the perspective of someone playing a game. So I'm also going to use this opportunity to show you a little bit of how I would organize this page to make it look more like a game for myself, and give you some ideas of how you can do it too. Okay, first, let's have a poll right now in the chat. What kind of game should I model this off of? What game comes to your mind that has something like a captain's log that you can really appreciate and you think will be worthwhile for our example here? And we can do things like Stardew Valley could be one, but if you have any other games that come to mind that are useful, do let me know, because I think we can start from there. I'm also going to now start searching up different imagery that's going to live within this. So Stardew Valley end of day screen, right? I think this is how it looks. So the Stardew Valley end of day screen looks kind of like this. Again, really cool stuff. I think this is really, really nice. I'm going to just use exactly how it looks like this. So I'm going to see how this image looks. I'm going to open this image in new tab. Oh, that's very, very blurry. I don't like that at all. Let's see. Let's see. I might want to, because it is something of a nighttime, right? There is something there. This might look nice. Oh, that's too small of a resolution. Okay, I think for now, let's use the top one that we just saw up there, and let's see how that plays out. And if we don't like it, we'll change it up. Yeah, we'll use this one for now. Okay, so I'm going to copy or save the image first. The reason why I don't just link directly for the image is because it doesn't always work as good as we want it. If the Google ever changes the URL, or not Google, but if the hoster hosting site, whether it be WordPress or whatever, if they ever change the URL of that link, that won't work anymore, and immediately your image will disappear. So we don't want that to happen, right? So I'm going to try and see if that looks well for us, this little nighttime theme. I see some World of Warcraft ones. I think that's awesome too, actually. You can definitely do something like that. So I'm just giving you ideas. Everything that I'm doing right now, you can definitely also apply for yourself as you go through your personal journey. So I can see Captain's Log looks pretty cool. Some nice low pixelated views up there. Okay. And in this case, I'm also going to show things like, let's see. I want to make this interesting. I want to make it like, you know, if we compare each of these, you know, our daily quests could be things like farming, could be things like, you know, basically it is kind of like farming, right? We're farming consistently to get some kind of return later on in the future, right? So maybe we have Stardew Valley farmer. Let's see, farmer sprite. Let's see how that looks. And we're going to look for transparent images because we want to see things that are transparent. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see what can we find here. For Stardew Valley, it might be a bit difficult to find like transparent images just because it's all 2D art. I am very curious though if we can find something that would be helpful. Let's see. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I do want to show you how this process works because I think it's very important for us to stay motivated and stay engaged if we can have these kind of imagery that are helpful. So maybe we use fishing for an example. I'm just going to use fishing for a second. And in this case, we can just copy the image because we're not using it as our cover image. And let's just paste this. Let's see how we can fit this in. I'm going to put this into the side here. So I'm going to make some dividers and I'm going to go and do that. And then let's see if we can put our daily quest here, shall we? So we put our daily quest into here, into the farming. I even have a better idea. This looks already much better. I'm going to put our recent wins here. I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to put the knowledge hub right here under that. So recent wins. And then I'm going to say something like recent knowledge acquisitions. And again, we're going to rename this to make it more gamified. Don't worry. So the whole idea that I'm trying to push here is being able to go ahead and see everything that we want to see that makes us motivated to go and, you know, do the things that matter, right? In this case, we want to be able to happily go into our system and observe all the different things that we have done recently and we want to remember that we have done. So what else can we put here, right? Let's see, what else can we put here to remind us that things are being worked on? Again, maybe a farming kind of look, right? Some like trees growing, or, you know, seeing like your that things are building. Again, it's always good to somehow have visualizations of progress. So maybe we have something like this where we can see that we're currently farming more materials. Okay. And by the way, guys, if you guys don't know yet, we are working on an integration of the Notion API so that whenever you finish a task, we want to have an integration that allows you to immediately see a very visual and animated response to show you, to give you the haptic feedback that you have been getting things done. And I think that's really, really exciting. Okay, cool. So we can see that there's some imagery that's going to help us visualize this and keep us going. Again, we imagine that these will have more and more stuff. And what I want to show you as well is I want to show you how you can create a toggle that's going to hide everything. So we might want to make this easier to show and hide wins, right? And the reason behind this is because we don't always want to see everything at once. Sometimes we just want to see our reflections. Sometimes we just want to see our wins. And I just love hiding everything in toggles because it makes it so much easier for us to manage anything. So I'm going to make a hack here. And again, I think I've talked about this hack before, but if you create things with a divider inside a page and then turn that page into text inside your Notion page, you'll retain the dividers even in sections that normally don't let you do columns. So in this case, if I have a toggle, I'm not allowed normally to make a toggle inside here, but because I'm turning that into text, or not toggle, but making a column inside of there, but because I'm turning it into text and inside that page already had columns, it retains that formatting, which is very, very useful. A very great hack if you ever need to know how to do that. So I'm going to drag that over there now as well. And I'm going to hide things like that. And as you guys can see, now we have this awesome section that we can show and hide. We can see all our different wins. And if we'd like, we can make this into a green background, just so that we can see that these are things, this is everything that encapsulates today's wins. And we can just feel a little bit better about that. Yeah, Cass and Alyssa, I think there definitely was a version of that inside Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy. We can definitely build that out too. I mean, feel free to do anything you like, but this is definitely something that has a huge potential to be themed. And as you can see, we've now finished this checklist, all these 3 things that we are, we wanted to show and hide. So now we can see this. And now I'm going to write a little thing here just to remind us what this is all about. Okay. So I'm going to write a little thing here. It says, be mindful of the progress you have made every day, as you need to appreciate the things you have accomplished. Be confident and happy in that you are on the right path towards your goals. Something like that. I might reword that in the future, but the whole idea is that now we have a section that's going to show you our wins. We do a star here. And also I want to show something that shows Stardew Valley success. Is there a success kind of page? I wonder. Let's see. Let's see. I don't see anything off the top of the bat. I do see something like this. There's a success thing here, which is very, very interesting. But nothing right now that I see that automatically screams out to me. So maybe I'll look at that later. But again, the whole idea is that the more imagery we have, the more engaged we are, and the more excited we are to go in and edit. Okay, so let's say this. I think this looks pretty nice. It's pretty fun. I'm going to copy this image. Let's copy this image and then let's now paste it into here. So we have our wins. So I'm going to paste this into here. I want to make this one a lot smaller just because it's just meant to give us a little understanding perhaps of what is to come. So maybe we put that on the side here beside it. So perfect. So we can see our wins, right? And now we can do some formatting like a divider there. And this looks pretty nice. Okay, so we also have this thing called wins in progress. So maybe we have this that shows here. So we say wins in progress, and we can use this as a section to just show the things that we still want to get done. And this is definitely going to be just another section. And we're going to make this one probably into, let's make this one into a different color. Let's make this into yellow because we're still working on that. And then we're going to make this bolded. Awesome. So you already see it's already looking really nice, right? I'm already looking feeling very engaged as I look into this page. And now we got to ask what's next. Well, we want to reflect, right? We want to reflect on the things that we show. Let's say we open this up. We're like, oh, okay, well, these are the different wins that I've had recently. These are different knowledge I've earned. And these are different things. Oh, by the way, let's update this. So recent wins, I think, is fine. Recent knowledge acquisition. Let's talk about this, like recent learning, maybe recent learnings. I think that's really, really cool. And then I'm going to now hide this again and just see that, hey, there's this reflection category that we have, which is awesome. Okay, so I want to talk a bit about what message in a bottle is. And if you've ever used the daily quest page, you know that we have a section here that says message in a bottle, yesterday's message in a bottle, and it shows you a bit of stuff like, you know, how many hours you slept yesterday, what do you want to sleep on, what do you want to do tomorrow, and this is essentially a message from your past self to your future self. What I'd like to do is I'd like to share this into the system so that we can see if we got all those things that we said yesterday that we wanted to do done today, right? So we want to just be accountable for our own productivity. So I'm going to paste yesterday's message in a bottle right here so that we can see yesterday's messages, right? And awesome. Perfect. And you can see that the date is the 26th, which makes sense because you're showing us, we're seeing yesterday's message. And again, every single day is going to show you the day after that, the day after that, because I think that it's always just really important for you to just go and see all these different things that are, you know, playing an impact in your life, right? All the different reflections and all stuff like that. So I'm going to put yesterday's message in a bottle above today's reflection. So I'm going to put today's reflection. And today's reflection is going to be, let's make this into a nice color. Let's say today's reflection is purple. And for yesterday's message in a bottle, I am going to make this into a toggle list so that I can now just hide everything into that. And we can have that today's reflection by its lonesome right here. Awesome. So again, the intention is that we can go into our past and just see how things were, see how we thought about the day before and how we want to move on for the day to come. Again, you can add more details into here if you wanted to. If you can show like yesterday's happiness, so you can see trends and you can see all those things. So I think that may be very interesting. You can just see like on a very holistic basis how things have been for you so far. But moving on, we can see our today's reflection. Again, I'm just going to reflect more. Let's say I was intentional about 2 things I did today, right? So I got up to 67. My happiness is all-time high. That's awesome. What do I want to sleep on? It's like, how can I, you know, find more happiness in the things that I do? And then I want to say, what can I do tomorrow? So perhaps I can try to raise my intentionality to a 4, right? Maybe that's something that I can do. And you guys can see then my reflection progress becomes 100%. And here I'm going to also add another thing. Again, I think it's always just meaningful to do little blurbs that remind you of what you want to do in each section. So reflect, basically the idea here is that by documenting our experiences, by writing down our experiences, we are essentially saving our progress so that we are able to grow and learn from our day-to-day life at an exponential speed. The reason behind that is, you know, when you do reflection, you're essentially, you know, meditating on the things that you've done throughout your day and reliving the experience. I found that even my memory has gotten a lot better because I'm able to go back and reflect and just, you know, appreciate all the little things and even the big things, right, that happen throughout the day. And by writing it down, you remember it a lot better. So for this reflect, let's see if there's a reflection kind of image we can find. So again, this is just really the whole process. You go find your favorite game, you research, and you see if there's anything in there that you know, makes sense for you to take as a representation of what you want to talk about. So let's see here, reflection. Let's see if there's anything interesting that we can use. I'm scrolling through, reflection. Maybe we can use the end of day screen here. Maybe that's the good thing to use. I'm wondering. Maybe you just use nighttime. Okay, let's use this one for now, but I think that there might be a better one. Or maybe we can use this one. Yeah, I think this one's nice. So you're just standing at the edge of the water, reflecting. I think that's actually not bad. Or this one, no, this one isn't good. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna paste this here. Oh, and by the way, guys, I am extremely excited about Cass's template. Cass has just made a template for Kiki's delivery service, if you are familiar with Studio Ghibli. And apparently she's working on Spirited Away. So if you think that that's really good work, make sure you support her. Make sure you give her some love. Check out her templates, check out her themes. It's all really great work. And I'm so excited to see more. Awesome. So we have a reflect. Again, we're just separating things out so we can kind of see it in a very beautiful laid out format. The reflect, we might want to show like a, you know, kind of like a praying kind of mentality. We're going to use yellow there. We are saving our progress, so we're able to learn and grow. Perfect. We can see our yesterday's message in a bottle. Again, this is something that's just very cool. I think actually we can do bottle here. Stardew Valley bottle. Let's see if there's any bottles that we have here. Oh, there's some fan art. That looks really nice, actually. I like this, actually. This is very cute. I'm going to take this. And of course, if it's original work, be sure to credit whoever has built that thing. I think that's really nice. And also, Alyssa has made amazing themes of her own too. Don't sleep on those because I think you're missing out if you haven't checked out her Super Mario Odyssey themes or her Animal Crossing themes. It's just amazing stuff, so check that out as well. I'm going to now just drag this into here. I'm going to paste this image. Again, I think this is really nice. I'm going to drag that out. So that we can see these are our yesterday's messages in a bottle. So you can see that when it opens up, it looks really nice. And again, as I mentioned, maybe you want to see stuff like, you know, how you felt overall. Messages in a bottle. And I might even add things like, you know, how your week has went. Week's review, right? And then this is actually really interesting. So I'm going to show you this where we can go into our review cycles and we can even pull out an aspect of this that we might like. So let's pull out our weekly insights. I'm going to just pull this out. And then I'm going to go to Captain's Log and I'm going to paste that view right here. And then what I'm going to do here is now you can see all the different weekly reviews that you have, right? Your week's outlook. So you can kind of see like how your mood has been for the week, you know, how your sleep has been, how your word cloud's building out. I think this is actually going to be really cool. Yeah. So this shows you like how your week has been over and above. So I think this is really nice. You might even put like a filter for like as long as the dates are within the last week or so. So I'm gonna add a filter. So dates is within the past week. Again, in this example, we don't have one just because our past week, we don't have a weekly review, but because this is our demo template. But if we did, then we'd be able to see all these kind of things, which I think is so awesome, guys. It's really cool. Again, we're already seeing a lot of beautiful stuff into here, and again you can see today's reflection, which I will not put in a toggle because I think this is the most important part of this page. So today's reflection, I'm going to put that right there. I am also going to now remove this because it's done. And then we can close this off. And the last thing I think we can do is add some merits into here, right? Or not last thing, but one of the last few things we can do is put merits into here. So let's put this into this. I'm also going to show you some fancy formatting stuff, just because we can. I'm going to make 2 empty sections on the right and left of this today's reflection. And then I'm going to put this right there. So now we can see that we have today's reflection there very nicely put together. And I just thought that might look really nice. Today's reflection. And I'm going to put a sparkle there. Let's use this one. And let's make this golden then, since golden looks pretty nice here. Yellow. Perfect. So what we can do here is we can just format this a little bit and make it fit as perfectly as we can. And this is how you can kind of center anything you'd like inside Notion. Again, just a little hack. I think that's pretty cool. So we can center this. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and think about what's next, right? The merits. So if you want to find out what merits are or what badges are, we can go inside our badges. So we're going to our gamification database, we're going to badges, and we're going to pull out this thing right here. Oh, and of course we have to show our level ups, right? Oh my gosh, we have to show that. Level ups today, level ups today. Okay, so we're going to show our badges. We're going to pull from all badges, or which one looks better? Let's check it out. This one shows all our badges, obviously, and this one shows all our how close we are. Perfect. I think this one's the one we want. So I'm going to pull out this track your badges. I'm going to go to our log here, and again, as usual, I'm going to add some dividers. I'm going to add some comments on here later, and I'm going to throw this in. And I already have a funny picture I want to use here. So I already know what I want for this. Stardew Valley was nice, but I'm also going to make one for I'm also going to do one that's very similar to the image that we have right now for our thumbnail, which is our Ash Ketchum badge. So the one where he shows off his gym badge, I think is really, really nice. I would definitely want to use this as our imagery. Again, we're starting to break the immersion because we went from like Stardew Valley to Pokemon. But I just think this is really, really funny, and I would definitely want to use this as the merits image. So we're going to show this right here. And actually, when I was planning this stream, you know, we had a few conversations with the community about like, you know, the whole idea. And it was really interesting. I think it was Christian that was sharing that, you know, if you, by imagining yourself as a game character or even as any, you know, fictional character, you have the ability to immerse yourself into their lives and into their personality. Ash Ketchum, if you've ever watched Pokemon, is someone that is an extremely go-getter, right? Extremely positive and extremely pursuant, right, towards the things that he wants to do in his life. And those are some of the values that we can apply onto ourselves when we go about our life, and if we can orientate our life in a similar manner that he lives his life. Again, not fully, of course, but like in the places that matter, in the places that you want to be motivated by at this current time. I think that's very, very cool. So I'm going to click this tracker badges so we can see all our badges pop out. Nice, nice, nice. And then we can see all the different badges that are earned today, and then the ones that are so close. So I'm going to show that off right there. And then we're going to see how we can hide them. Okay, so we're going to toggle. Actually, I don't think we need a toggle. I think this is fine. No, it's laggy. Okay, we need a toggle. So we're going to toggle this. We're going to see our gym badges. Gym badges right here. And then what we can also do here, just to show you guys something cool, okay? I'm going to show you Pokemon gym badges. So I want to show you guys something that you can do, and I'm going to just copy this image because it could be any image. I just want to show you how it works. But basically right now, this is one line, right? But if you do shift enter, you can actually paste a image there. Okay, wait. Ooh, okay, never mind. It doesn't work with images. But what we could do, I just wanted to show you, that was really cool, is when you do shift enter, you can actually make a lot of text here. So for example, testing 1, 2, 3, right? Just as an example. If I open this up, the whole thing is still the toggle. So sometimes what I do is I just add a lot of text inside the toggle like thing itself, so that when I expand, it just expands on more of the concepts that I've outlined already. Again, just a small little hack, just something interesting I wanted to share. Yeah, so let's look at this. So badges that we earned, maybe we make that blue. It's blue badges that we've earned. And then we also want to see level ups today. So I'm also going to go into our backend and views, and I'm going to go to our leaderboard, and I'm going to find this thing called our human leaderboard. And perhaps we can even do our pets leaderboard as well, but let's just do human first. So we're going to do a toggle for sure, so we don't lag out too much. And we say leaderboard, and we're going to show this. And in the future, again, we're working on this API that's going to display our leaderboard on a separate widget, so that you don't have to use Notion resources to show this leaderboard, because sometimes it can load very, very slow. Okay, so the leaderboard is going to be yellow, let's say. And then we're going to bold this. And then we're going to go in and put this on the side. Okay, so what I want to do here is I also want to keep track of the different level ups that we have. Okay, so how much have we leveled up recently? I think that's a very important thing to take notes of and keep track of. So how can we do this, right? So right now Notion doesn't really have the ability to save snapshots. It's very tough for us to save snapshots. So what we can do about that though, actually let me switch to visual just to show you a more beautiful view. So what you can do in regards to this, because we have the inability to show snapshots, is we can manually write down the different things that we have. We can manually go and enter in the different details that we have leveled up. So for example, what we can do here, we can see that right now we're level 7 at 88%. I'm imagining right now that we can go ahead and put in some feedback for ourselves that says, hey, right now we're at level 7 and 88%. So actually I want to make this back into practical view because the visual is just way too laggy for me while streaming. I'm going to show that right now we're at level 7. So perhaps we can have something like, we're going to show, oh, I know what to do. Okay, how about this? At the morning, we're going to show a view of this, and we're going to ask you to screenshot what level you're currently at. And then at the end of the day, you're going to screenshot again to see what level you are now. I think that could be really cool. Okay, wait, let's think about this, right? Let's do this. Start your day. So let's do a toggle. Start your day. And I'm going to put something here. You're very welcome, Alyssa. I'm glad you like it. Oh my gosh, I'm really happy you like that. So we're gonna say start your day, and I'm going to put in something like this. Okay, well first let me also put in the detail for merits. It's always important to reward yourself positively when you get something done. And instead of gym badges, we'll call it badges. When you get something, when you accomplish something, so that you feel good about the experience and are motivated to do more. Keep track of your progress below. Okay, very cool. So what I think we should do here then is I'm going to say today's starting point. Yes, and post it into the gilded creator progression. You're exactly right. So let me show you. I think this is really cool. Today's starting point, today's ending point. And I'm going to put one more thing in the middle that just is like a giant arrow. Let's find a arcade arrow. Very nice. And I'm going to find a transparent one that goes right. Arcade arrow to the right. Okay, I think something like this would be interesting. Let's see. There's watermarks on this one. Okay, so pixel, right arrow. This is gonna be very cool, guys. I'm excited. I know I can get one later on. I have a subscription to a service that can give me some free vector images, but for now I'm just hoping to find one that works so that I don't have to edit it, because usually those ones would need some kind of editing. I think what will be helpful here is if I also search usage right is Creative Commons. Okay, let's see. All right, for now I can't find something good, so I'm just going to use a header and I'm going to make an arrow. I think that's the most lo-fi way to do it, and that's fine with me. So I'm going to show today's ending point, today's start, today's end. I'm going to kind of just try to align it properly like this. Okay, so we have arrows to there. And then we have today's ending point, which is what we can do. So this is really cool. Okay, so document your day's starting point. Your day's starting point. Okay, let's think of the best way to write this. I'm thinking. Okay, so today's starting point is going to be gray. It's going to be gray because it is in the past. Today's ending point is going to be green because it's the future. Oops, green text. Today's ending, maybe not starting point, maybe like ending. Starting, I need better words for this. If you guys have any better words, let me know, but definitely need some better words than this. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud, but I'm not sure yet. Okay, but today's ending points or ending stats, maybe today's ending stats, today's starting stats. Okay, so the whole idea is that I would say that we have a link. So we're going to make this a link to the bottom, actually. Oh, you know what? This stuff could be at the top too. Okay, you know what? For now, we'll put it at the bottom, just because it's not something we're always going to look at anyway. But just note that definitely there is potential for us to make it into into the main thing at the top. But anyway, so start your day. I'm going to make this into gray text. So if I click on this right now, it'll pop to the bottom, which is awesome. And what we can do now is we can add our starting stats. So we're going to have an image there. And then we're going to duplicate this, put it over here. I think that we're going to also put the quote block there, or rather I'm just going to put some descriptions. I'm going to say take a screenshot of how today went, of your stats in the morning, so that you can refer and I'm just going to make this gray. And see how you progressed. Perfect. I'm gonna make this green. I think this is gonna be really nice, guys. I'm already very, very excited. I'll catch the sunrise. Okay, so Cass has a interesting. That could be interesting. I'm thinking about that. That could be very interesting. Okay, well, for now, let's use this and let's see how this works out. So again, I'm going to try to format this in a way that makes sense. So I want them both to be roughly the same size, but I want there to be enough of a gap between this. So I think I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to put that more in the middle, and then I'm going to do something like this. Okay, so the idea here is, and thank you all for amazing advice here. Basically, I'm going to expand. So in the morning, right, I'm going to come in, I'm at the captain's log, I'm going to start my day, and I'm going to go into my leaderboard. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to show myself the visual view. I think the visual view is probably the best one for this. And while that's loading, I'm going to load up a screenshot snipping tool that's going to help me take the screenshot that I need. But basically, now that's loaded and I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to screenshot this right here. And then I'm going to copy that. And while that's lagging me, I'm going to hide that. But basically, I'm going to paste that into here. So you guys can see that in our morning, we have this as our stats. And let's say today we went through a few things and we got some things done. So I'm just going to simulate. I'm going to go to my Make Life Simple dashboard, and I'm going to expand this. I'm going to go down and go to our Go Get That Bread section. Oh, let's hide that. Go Get That Bread section. And I'm going to just check off some things that we finished, just as an example. Okay, I'm going to just double check. There seems to be a, I need this thing as well. Okay, let's drag this above there so I can have this. Okay, let's just use this view for now. So the whole idea is that if I finish these items, so let's say I finished this item, which is huge, and I'm going to finish also this item here. So if I drag that below, if I go to Captain's Log, you can see that I was at level 7, around 3,900 experience. But if I open up my leaderboard now, I should be able to see my difference in my levels. So let's let it load for a second, and let's see what's changed, okay? So let's see how things have changed for us. And I'm just going to give it a second because I am streaming. It is sometimes a bit slower than usual. But let me double check. So this is complete. So I did mark them as complete. Oh, because they were late. If they're too late, then they don't give any experience. So actually, let me go ahead and change those dates to earlier, so that we can refresh this and see the closing. So this is just something to make sure that we do our things on time. So let's say it was today that we did it and today that we finished it. And same thing for this. Let's say it was the same day that we did and we finished it. Perfect. So what happens here, again, I'm going to refresh the leaderboard. What should happen is we should be able to see all the different experience points that we've earned, and we can see that now we're level 8 and we have 4,200 experience. So I think that's super, super cool. I'm going to screenshot that, right? I'm going to screenshot that. And now today we can say that we have made progress, right? We have made progress in the places that matter, because obviously we only get experience for the things that we do that matter. So we can see that now we had our starting stats of level 7, 3,942 experience. Now we have our ending level 8, 4,217, and we're a lot more gold. And what we can do now is, and then we can report, and then we can share it with the family, right? So how do we do that? Let me show you guys how to do that. So the whole idea here is that we actually have a page inside our community space that allows you to submit different things like this, where you can show how your wins and progress has been. It's called character progression, right? And you can kind of see how your character has fared throughout the week, and also of course at meaningful points that you want to share with the world, with our community. So how I'm going to show you to do this is I'm going to make one more column here. I'm okay. And then share with our family. Let's see. So I'm going to open this up. I'm going to also open this up. Oops. I'm going to just do some formatting here, guys. Share with the family. Post in character progression. And then I'm going to just take a link and paste that into there. But the whole idea is that now we can share it with, post it in character progression. And this becomes something that everybody can celebrate with you, right? Again, a lot of the times why I love gamification so much, especially for use cases, is for use cases like this, where there is no real multiplayer for personal growth and development, and people want that, right? Why do you think there's so many 30-day challenges that you try and attempt with your friends, and different conferences or events that just put people together that really care about productivity? It's because it's really lacking a elements of multiplayer for personal growth. But the whole idea that we're trying to build here, guys, is that if we have the opportunity to share what we are doing with people in a way that they can understand. So again, everybody understands levels, experience, gold, all those kind of things. It makes it really, really easy for everybody to appreciate and acknowledge the things that you've done and all the work that you've put in to make yourself better and better. So I think this is really cool. I think that a lot of people will definitely benefit from this, right? Posting character regression with a screenshot of your ending stats, a brief description of what quests you completed, then celebrate. And then we do celebrate. Ooh, party, perhaps. There we go. So now we can make this all also yellow just to fit the theme. And then we can also make this a yellow background. And we're going to make this yellow text. Perfect. So now we have this awesome page that is going to show us exactly how we can progress and continue on our day and feel good about that. That's actually really, really cool, guys. I'm really excited about this, and I'm really excited to see how you guys are all going to use this. I can't wait to see. So let's make the background as well. And I think this is it. Okay. So let's take a quick recap about everything and see what we've done, and also see what we might want to improve on if given the opportunity, right? So I'm just gonna put a sun here. We'll put a sun right there, start your day. Awesome. And I'm just going to also have merits. I'm going to show this badge maybe, or let's see, rocket maybe. Oh, award, medal for sure. Okay, let's put a medal. Perfect. Okay, so let's explain what Captain's Log is all about. So for the Captain's Log, what we've done is we built a page that helps you summarize all the great things that you've been doing throughout the day to ensure that you're always aware of your progress and staying positive about all the impact you're making to your own life and hopefully to others out there as well. As you get into the Captain's Log, you're going to scroll down and you're going to see something saying start your day. If you click on that, it's going to snap down to the bottom where you can see that you can take a screenshot of your stats in the morning and then take a screenshot of your ending stats and see how you progressed. In this example, what we did was we opened up the leaderboard, this toggle right here, and we took a screenshot of our avatar in its current form in our morning. Then we completed some tasks throughout the day and we took a screenshot of our ending, and then we were able to see that we went from level 7 to level 8. We earned around 300 more experience points and we have earned 500 more gold. That's amazing stuff. And what we can do is we can share this with the family by posting it in Character Progression, right? Which is a community space inside our Guilded community app. And you can take a screenshot of your ending stats as well as a brief description of what quests you completed so that you can celebrate with us because you did it. Next, what we can do also throughout the day, right? And actually, I would recommend this to be the end of the day, is you can go back and see all the wins that you've accomplished. So if I go and show and hide my wins, I can see all my different progress throughout the day. You can see that these are all the things that, all my progression for my morning routines, my midday routines, my evening routines, and so on. You can see today's wins. I just mentioned we had some successes today, and that's why we were able to level up. And we can also see recent learnings, all the things that we've been learning recently, whether it be articles, books, podcasts, what have it. And again, some interesting imagery that's going to help you get in the mood of knowing that, hey, you're farming and you're kind of fishing for progress as you're going. And if I hide this, I can also see the wins in progress that we have, all the things that we said we wanted to get done, but maybe have not gotten a chance to get done today just yet, right? And we can use that to reflect a little bit. And we're going to use the reflection category to then see our messages in a bottle, first and foremost. We can see, for example, how our week is going, and as well, our message from us yesterday, right? What did I say I wanted to sleep on yesterday? And what did I say I wanted to do today that I said I wanted to do? What did I say that I wanted to do tomorrow? Yesterday. I can also see my week's review, so all my outlooks for the week. Just as an example, I'm going to just remove the filter for a second and show you how that kind of looks. You can see a summary of all your moods. You can see, word clouds, an average of your sleep. Again, this is a demo site, so there isn't a lot of data in here, but you can kind of imagine how that's going to work. And you can see your today's reflection, so you can basically finish your reflection in one go on this very motivating, interesting screen. Then you can see all your merits. So if you ever want a way to be rewarded and visually rewarded for all the things that you've gotten done, you can expand the badges and see all your different badges that you've earned today, or all the badges that you're close to earning today. So you can kind of see these are all the badges that you're just so close to earning, right? And you can see what's left to do that final push at the end of your day to get those things done, right? You can see all these different things are all there. And then of course, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, you can then show your leaderboard so that you can take a screenshot and see exactly how you progressed throughout the day. So I hope this was interesting and inspiring for you guys. I had a lot of fun building this. Personally, this is something that I've wanted for a while now, like just a really seamless way to help myself stay motivated, stay engaged, and stay productive throughout the day, because I know that at the end of the day, I'm gonna have this amazing, beautiful opportunity to look back, understand myself a lot more, feel happy about my accomplishments, and move forward in a happier and more holistic way where I'm not having any negative narratives about my life, and I know exactly where I'm going and how I'm getting there. So if this was interesting to you, please let me know by giving a like, subscribe, or a comment. If you want this template for yourself, I'm going to be including it in next month's build for next month's updates for our gamification dashboards inside the Gamify Your Life package, as well as including a version of this for the out control system. If you want an early copy, what we're doing is we're going to be releasing certain dashboards for everyone to be able to appreciate, and just certain templates that we do in these lovely Friday builds with everybody to our patrons. We have many, many lovely patrons that support us on a monthly recurring basis. If you'd like to support us that way, please do. And you can get access to cool early access stuff like this, and also have a chance to work with us together on the whole collaboration process for ideation and collaboration. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun. Hope you did too. See you guys all next week. Bye all.